Government to challenge Assistant Commissioner Brutus court action, maintains stance against police corruption. News source Guyana. The government of Guyana has reaffirmed its commitment to combating corruption within the Guyana police force, as it prepares to contest a constitutional motion filed by Assistant Police Commissioner Calvin Brutus. Vice President Barrett Jagdeo announced that the government will address the matter in a high court, emphasizing that the administration has no intention of shielding corrupt activities and will respond to the legal action initiated by Mr. Brutus. Assistant Commissioner Brutus filed a constitutional motion challenging the decision to place him on leave to facilitate an ongoing investigation into allegations of money laundering and other financial crimes. The motion also disputes the legitimacy of the investigation itself. In response, Vice President Jagdeo stressed that the government will not shy away from addressing corruption allegations and intends to provide a thorough response in court. We have no interest whatsoever in covering up these matters. If you did illegal things, you will face the consequences, Vice President Jagdeo stated. From all that I have read, a lot of wrong things and illegalities took place, and so we will respond to the constitutional motion in court. Our affidavit may not be in the best interest of the individual concerned, as it will include the detailed findings from the procurement system when he headed the administration of the police force. The investigation into Assistant Commissioner Brutus was triggered by a report from the Financial Intelligence Unit, FIU, submitted to the Special Organized Crime Unit, SOCU, of the Guyana Police Force. The findings led to a broader investigation into allegations of money laundering and other related crimes. Vice President Jagdeo highlighted that SOCU's recommendations for charges to be filed against Mr. Brutus should dispel any claims that the government attempted to interfere with the investigation. Jagdeo also addressed concerns about a businessman reportedly covering the costs of Mr. Brutus' wedding, a matter raised during the SOCU investigation. Government has never sanctioned any policy where businessmen can pay for birthdays and weddings of policemen or other public officials. Such practices are reprehensible, he declared, expressing concern over reports that over $8.5 million was provided by a businessman to finance Mr. Brutus' wedding. Brutus' financial activities came under scrutiny after it was discovered that he allegedly deposited over $45 million in cash into one of his bank accounts, claiming the funds were received as wedding and Christmas gifts. In statements to SOCU, Brutus allegedly revealed that the acting commissioner of police advised him against using his own money for the wedding, suggesting that he would have friends and contacts cover the expenses. Vice President Jagdeo emphasized the People's Progressive Party's PPP stance against corruption, whether within the police force or in any other sector. The PPP will not tolerate corruption in the police or anywhere else, and when we find it, there would be no attempt to cover it up. If you believe that you have a special relationship with the government that will lead to a cover-up of your misdeeds, you are mistaken. You don't know the PPP, Jagdeo said emphatically. The court proceedings are set to continue as the government prepares to present detailed evidence of its findings. Vice President Jagdeo reaffirmed the government's stance that transparency and accountability must prevail in the investigation into Mr. Brutus' actions.